Yo, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? How's it going? How's it going? We got another brand new episode coming for you,
Hell yeah.
and we're excited to do so. Sorry, I was just trying to interact behind the scenes a little bit with y'all. Slow connection. You're a slow connection. Yeah. Anyways, we got a great show for you today. Yes, welcome to Wealth for Generations. I am your host, Mr. Lee, Mr. Elijah Lee. So let's get into some introductions real quick, and then we'll get up into this show. First and foremost, we've got the reigning champ, the engineer of all engineers, Mr. James Marrero.
Thank you.
How you doing today, sir? How you doing today? Oops,
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. Kind of excited. I had a nice little date with this hot chick last night. It was pretty cool. We went to see some live New Orleans jazz. It was nice. It was nice. It was kind of helped inspire today's episode.
Ooh.
So that's why I'm kind of excited, man, because I personally like lots of different types of music, and I love learning like music history and stuff like that. It's cool, man. It's cool. It's the little nerd in me when it comes to music and certain types of anime. Sorry, I'm just 90s kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get into this. I think you might be able to appreciate it too, man. I feel like you got a nice appreciation for music as well, and the arts. And with us being Wealth for Generations, we're gonna tie in the wealthiness of it. But without any further ado, let's get into some wealthy wisdom for y'all. So, this is the podcast that we promote a lot of Black excellence. It's not all about Black people, but I am. So, I gotta promote, I gotta help out. But when it comes down to it, it's all about the urban community, the urban culture, the people out here of us that are in these trenches doing what we need to do. I hope I can relate with all you guys out there. It's not always just about Black, but I'm here to give you guys tips and tricks as well, for anybody who can utilize them. But with that being said, it is August and it is Black Business Month, so I'm about to be black.
Let's
Just
go.
so you know. But so yes, it's Black Business Month as of August. No, I don't have an OnlyFans. Would you buy though? Is it worth me making one?
Man, it might be the
I mean,
move. At this point, you don't,
I don't know.
drop Uber. You just do OnlyFans instead.
I'd have to discuss that with Jess first, but man, I got two inquiries, man. If I can get like 200 inquiries about OnlyFans, I might open up OnlyFans.
Yeah.
But yes, I am Black, and this is going to be talking about Black people today because it is Black Business Month, and we like promoting people who have a little bit of color to them. Okay, but if you don't, you can just hang out and watch and hate because I still get promoted for your watching.
Let's go.
But anyways, Black folks been running businesses before LLCs, Twitter, before rappers started pushing tequila, before your cousin even tried to sell that first jar of CMOS. And y'all know that's the thing right now. That's CMOS is the thing. No hate to any kind of sponsors or anything like that, but CMOS it's a thing right now. But Black people have been hustling since somebody was selling ice out the back of a wagon. Yes, I'm talking about them chunks, them cubes out the back of a wagon. And in Nowlands, I got to try to come correct. Sorry for all my real NOLA folk if I'm not saying it right. But off in Nowlands, they didn't just sell ice. They added a trumpet, some rhythm, and said, boom, jazz, baby. That's jazz. And we cannot forget about Congo Square.
Mm.
If you guys aren't familiar, that is the original block party. Every Sunday, enslaved folks and free Black folks used to get together for music, drumming, dancing, trading. That was like a Black Costco meets Black Coachella and Tinder all at the same time.
Mhm.
But way back, like 1800s, we're talking about. But you could, like, crazy enough, you could leave Congo Square with a goat. Yes.
Whoa.
Yes, a goat. a beat, and maybe even a soulmate. That's the
Hell
kind of
yeah.
vibes that was happening down on Congo Square.
So why is it called Congo Square? Do you know?
That is a good question. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I believe that is where they I believe that is the same area that they do celebrate Mardi Gras.
Okay.
That same like party area. So but that's a good question. I will definitely figure that out, look into that on the side note for you guys, because that is a good question. I'm not sure if it's just that's what it's called or if it's named after something. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'm just like wondering if it relates to the DRC at all or Goma or the Congo.
Wow, that's going slow. We'll
All
do it
right.
other ways. I got you though. I got you. So that is our little introduction. We're gonna be busting into the wealthy wisdom right
Ooh.
now.
All right. All right.
So your wealthy wisdom for today. We're gonna be talking about jazz. And jazz, my peoples, wasn't just music. It was a business model. Like honestly, it was like people was making dough off of jazz. I got you. I got you. I got you. Late 1800s. Let's go over some notable figures. Okay, we got 1800s. Buddy Bolden. Okay, Buddy Bolden blowing his cornet so loud folks could hear him from blocks away. Literally, literally. This is your first Bluetooth speaker. And for those of you who aren't too versed with the jazz and the instruments and all that stuff, the cornet is basically kind of like a smaller trumpet, just so you know. I'm pretty sure people are familiar with the trumpet. So it's your horns. Congo Square is in New Orleans and named after the Congo people.
Yeah.
Boom. You were
Yeah.
right, bro.
Let's go.
People who were a significant group of enslaved Africans brought to the city. The name reflects the
Yeah.
square's history as a gathering place where enslaved and free, basically what I was just talking about, they
Hmm.
gathered. It was basically like a marketplace,
Yeah.
um, and it was because they had the people of Congo
Congo.
were enslaved.
That
The
makes a
the
lot of
slaves.
sense. That's awesome.
Gotcha. Gems, baby. It's always good to learn a little bit. But yes, Buddy Bolden was out here utilizing the first Bluetooth speaker,
Mm.
basically. You could come out on your Sunday morning, and if you was a block away, you could hear him blowing on his cornet.
Mm.
And then we got 1901, one of my favorites, Louis Louis Armstrong,
Oh yeah.
born in Nowlands, Satchmo. Or I'm sorry, Satchmo didn't just play the trumpet. I think that's a nickname for him,
Mm.
perhaps. Satchmo didn't just play the trumpet, he turned a horn into an empire. This guy, I love this guy because he is just so monumental. Like I was saying, like the legendary type people, like this is one of
Mm.
those guys, because of the fact that he started off in New Orleans in the streets, but he was the first one to kind of take it touring and get it out into the globe on the global level. That
Yeah.
man turned struggle into strategy. And then we got Mr. Jelly Roll Morton,
Mm.
bold enough to call himself the inventor of jazz, even though, I'm we cannot deny nor confirm. But as business goes, the first one to present the receipts and claim it, just like Ti, man, wasn't nobody claiming King of the South.
Mhm.
Then Ti came out, and guess who's King of the South? He came with it. He claimed it. He had receipts. Shit, said he been token and flipping and in them streets since he was 4 feet. Check the track. It says it. He was 4 feet. But anyways, Jelly Roll Morton is another iconic person involved in the jazz history. Jazz was the first black-owned startup that scaled worldwide without any funding. No Shark Tank, no angel investors, just sweat, soul, and sound. And that's why I wanted to kind of spotlight jazz because it's one of those first ones, man, that they were just out traveling, trying to get their money, get their experiences. It's just a great thing. Now back then, imagine trying to explain jazz to your grandma though. Like walking
Mm.
in, like, hey nanny, you heard this new sound? It's like it's kind of like church music, but with like a little bit more sin and a lot of trumpet. She'd be like, what boy? Yeah, that's kind of how it was though. And maybe think about it as if your cousin was hip hop, wilding out on TikTok and everything, your uncle might be jazz. That one smooth uncle that comes in during the cookout with the fedora and always somehow happens to have a glass of brandy on the rocks or whiskey or something like that. Got these crazy outlandish stories, but he seems like the most chill person nowadays. Yeah, that would be jazz. So, because it is Black History Month, and we are shouting out these Nowlands legends, we're gonna mention another legendary situation here, and that is in 1941. We're talking about Dookie Chase's restaurant. Yeah, I had to read that like 4 times because I was
Mm.
like, "What the Dookie?"
Dookie Chase.
But I mean, thinking back, keeping it real, when you're in the hood and you got nicknames in in our culture, man, we nickname you from experiences.
Oh God.
So I don't know, maybe homie took a dookie in the living room, and at 2 years old, and he became Dookie Chase. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, my nickname used to be Get a Fit when I was little because supposedly this is the story. My nickname was Get a Fit, Get a Fit if you say it slowly, but us black people would be merging stuff. Get a Fit. I used to get upset when I would hear the spoon hitting the jar.
Mm.
I would start throwing a fit because I'm like, the food is almost gone. Oh shit, the spoon is hitting the jar. God damn it. I ain't full. I need more food. My greedy fat ass. Yeah, I used to be a little thick. Used to be. But yeah, man, nicknames come from everywhere. But anyway, we got Dookie Chase's restaurant. It started off as a sandwich shop and a lottery ticket stand. But imagine buying a po' boy and a Powerball at the same counter. But ironically, crazy enough, we've got talking about legendary shit right now, right? 1941. This place is still standing. And generations later, Leah Chase came through, leveled it up, and turned it into a Creole cuisine powerhouse. And they've done crazy things like even served the president. They've had
Mm.
civil rights leaders plot here, and they've gone from po' boys to presidents. Like it's crazy the type of opportunities and leveling up that this place has done. Then there's Back of Town Coffee Parlor. It's modern, it's hip, but the name comes from the neighborhood's old school nickname. That's branding that respects history and serves lattes. And don't sleep on Economy Hall. Back in the mid 1800s, it was where music, politics, and culture all mixed together. Think of it kind of like a LinkedIn, but with trombones and dance battles. Like, not you guys serve dance battles, but something along the lines of that. Black business in Nowlands wasn't just I'm sorry, black businesses in Nowlands weren't just hustles. They were survival, culture, and power. Because when Dookie Chase, I mean, I just gotta say, like, that just sounds that combination. Dookie Chase. Hey man, I'm about to go to Dookie Chase. You wanna go? You about to chase what,
Yeah.
homie? But yeah, let's talk about like scaling up though, and staying true and putting in that black business effort and dedication, because Doogie Chase restaurant went from sandwiches to Obama,
Whoa.
So started off with po' boys, and then he started feeding Obama. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. You
Yeah.
can do that. You can do these kind of things. Economy Hall was like a LinkedIn, like I said, but it was a place where people actually connected and they danced with each other and made business moves. And this can re-happen if we like. We just got to come together, bring it all together. No, it's not too late for Black History Month when it's Black Business Month. So do your due diligence and check your calendar holidays. But we're going to wrap it up for the wealthy wisdom and roll right into the next gen thoughts. Um, that is when we talk to Mr. James Marrero here, who is part of the next generation of young adults coming out, and we get a little bit of insight. So, just to recap real quick, music wasn't the only tool. Poetry was power too. Take Kaluma Ya Salam, poet, activist, cultural historian from Nowlands. He showed us that the words weren't just entertainment. They were a protest, identity, and survival. Here's how
Mhm.
I see it. Poetry was like a Twitter before Twitter, except the bars had rhythm, weight, and weren't written by Elon Musk at 2 a.m. Jazz was the trumpet, poetry was the pen. Both were saying, we're here, we matter, and you're going to hear what we got to say, whether you want to or not. Now, James, living in a completely different world than back then, let's get some questions and some ideas about this situation and how it can be viewed from the younger generation. Do you think your generation still feels like words have that same kind of power, or does everything just kind of get drowned down and watered out by TikToks and memes and trends and stuff of that nature?
Um, I believe like with the advent of cancel culture nowadays,
Hmm.
we do definitely put a huge emphasis on like what our words actually mean when we say it, and how much power they actually have. Uh, and yeah, I think we still hold that same idea that our words are powerful, and uh, they can reach the masses. And yeah.
So with the way that things are kind of going as far as like interaction and social world, do you think that someone your age who wanted to use poetry today as a way to kind of bring awareness, do you think that would even hit right, or would they have to just saturate it in like what's trendy, maybe put it into a rap, make sure it was a real, or do an AI voiceover for it or something like that? Do you think they could just give you some raw poetry and it would stick?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, people are just they're still interested in interesting stuff, and
Mm,
no matter where you're posting it or showing it or whatever, people are going to stop and listen if it's heartfelt and actually meaningful, cuz everybody every day is searching for meaning in such a mundane world. And especially if it's poetry that's like actually touching and meaningful and they can relate to, they're gonna listen and they're gonna probably agree and give you props.
right, right. I see that. I see that. Yeah, because I mean, me personally too. Like, I feel like even though I did mention rap, and me personally, I don't know if y'all know it, but I like to play around with words sometimes. So, me personally, I'm totally embedded and immersed and mixed in with the hip hop rap culture and my poetry. Like, I don't even really often call myself a rapper or anything like that because it's a love for the words, not necessarily um, everything that comes along with rap nowadays.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I can definitely agree with that because it really comes down to what you are saying,
Yes,
and as long
definitely.
as you can translate it and portray it in a way people can understand it, like you said, people are gonna like what they like
Hmm.
and catch on to what they catch on. So
Shout out Sean Killer, by the way.
yes, yes, shout out to Sean Killer. So within your circle, would you say that it's more important for you to find those deep thought posts, or some of those more like 7 second just entertainment when it comes to um, trying to get these type of points of cross? Like, do you think it works better within your circle if it's entertaining, or if it's on one of those like, all right, y'all, like sit down, deep thought, like this is what it is?
I think both can reach an audience. However, if you do make it entertaining and you still get your point across, people are going to be more acceptant of that message. Um, I think I forget his name, but I think it's Tony Stadavici on TikTok. He talks about like certain things within the government that's like really weird, but he like gives it in a comedic way,
Mm,
in like a skit form, and his videos blow up like crazy. Like he gets millions of views per video because he's making it funny, he's making it entertaining, and he's making it truthful.
nice, nice. And what's the guy's name? You say he's actually dropping like real truth stuff?
Tony Stadavici, I think that's his name.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So yo, yeah. So if you guys are interested, go check that guy out. If he's dropping some gems. And then here's one of the yeah, here's the last one right here. Um, if you dropped a serious poem on your feed, you personally, do you think in your circle your friends would be like more of like, "Yo, man, that was really deep, yo. I didn't realize you were so deep." Or they'd be more like, "Man, what the fuck you over here on some Shakespeare shit, bro? You on some Dr. Phil? Like, what the hell, bro? You need to talk or something?" Like, they're still caring,
Yeah.
but are they gonna be like kind of like bullshit you and I care, or is it gonna really be like, "Yo, I got my shoulders right here, bro. I got the tissue. Let's talk."
Um, like it depends on the friend for sure. Um, but I'd like to think that if I did do something like that, they would support me 100%. And
Mhm.
obviously, they would if they're my friend.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the
Um,
most important part in the end. Is like as long as it's support, but
definitely.
it can definitely be received and delivered in different ways.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up today for the next gen questions. And then we're or next gen thoughts, sorry. And then we're gonna roll right into the health is wealth. The health is wealth segment is brought to you by Jessica Marrero and Christina Rose of Elevated Souls. They say that we are here to elevate your soul. Oops, let me get that turnaround on there. You can find them on IG at ELIVE, the number 8D_SOULS, or you can reach them at 480-269-2649. And today the ladies have us talking about some cool stuff. Let's see what it is. Let's talk some health because without health, what is, I mean, because with wealth, yeah.
Yes.
Because wealth without health is like your gumbo without a roux. I don't know why. I just feel like I have to explain. Okay, people who don't know, a roux is flour and butter mix that makes the thickness into the gumbo when you're making your gumbo. Otherwise, it's just going to be really watery. But anyways,
Thank you. Thank you.
Nolans is beautiful, but let's keep it real. There's heart disease, diabetes, and stress. It hits hard down there, and that's not just the net genetics. That's food access and lifestyle. But here's the good news: culture already gave us the blueprint. Dancing at the Congo Square, that's cardio. Playing trumpet for 3 hours, that's lung health. Walking to Economy Hall, getting in your steps for your Fitbit. So all we got to do is just make sure that we are incorporating these things consciously. You know, other types of ways that you can incorporate some healthy things. Like I mentioned, getting your steps in, your walk breaks. Don't just sit all day. Even a 10-minute walk after lunch, or can drop your blood sugar. Or if you're one of those people who I used to have a boss like this who like to walk on the phone.
Mm, yeah.
I had a boss that used to do that all the time. He would go out into the parking lot and be on the phone just pacing.
Yeah.
That helps though. It helps. It helps. Back then I thought it was weird, but nowadays I'm like it kind of helps.
Mm,
Um I'm not one to take this one, but if this is your lifestyle, every once in a while when you go get that po' boy, just upgrade it to a grilled fish, or not fish. Sorry, po' boy is shrimp, I believe. Just swap it out for the fried and do the grilled instead. I'm sure it'll still be delicious. It'll
oh
still
yeah.
be delicious. And you could always add on some extra veggies. Take out the bread and make it a wrap. All kinds of different things. Coffee or any type of artificial energy. I know all people around the world can relate with
Mm,
this one. Just make sure you get some water in. It's just like drinking, just like alcohol. You want to make sure you got a balance. Get some water in. Drink water before you start drinking your coffee. It
did
helps
you
you.
know
Mm.
actually coffee it it hydrates you better than water?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Mm.
But it depends on how much you drink because
Mm.
it has diminishing returns.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
Oh
that. I
yeah.
was more. I was more suggesting the water
Oh, but yeah,
because of
true.
both
Yeah.
the hydration, and it also kind of helps kickstart your metabolism and
Yes,
everything like that
yes.
too. But that's cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know that coffee actually. I mean, there is water in it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's basically
exactly.
just filtered, or not filtered, but it's just water filtered through the coffee dust,
Yeah.
coffee
Yes.
grounds. So, but oh, and this one too is a big one for everyone out there right now, especially with the way the world is. Stress check. you
Mm,
know just take a 60-second timer, close your eyes, deep breath, and think of it as your personal second line parade. Picture yourself mid Mardi Gras. You just got some
yes.
beads, and your lady's next to you, and she's pointing out the boobs that are in the air.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's that kind of day. Stress free. Take a couple more deep breaths. Just it's good for your nervous system. Believe
Yes.
me. Stuck in traffic. Actually, maybe
Oh
not
my
stuck in
god.
traffic because you might. Some people, y'all be sleepy driving. You close your eyes for too long, you might pass out. Not a good look. But yeah, it's just that easy. It could even be a 30 if you got that little of time.
Mhm.
But try to incorporate that occasionally into your daily life. And then next, last but not least, we got local markets for a couple reasons. For one, like I said a couple of times, it's Black Business Month, and it doesn't only pertain to Black business when we talk about local markets, but out here in Arizona, we got a lot of Black business in local markets. But local markets in general, you are getting access to more fresher, genuine food a lot of the times, opposed to your mass produced. You don't know what's going on with Kroger. You don't know what's going on with Walmart. Go to your local markets. Their farm is probably 4 or 5 miles down the road from where you're buying it from. And if you really want, you can go to the farm and go check them out, what they're doing and stuff like that. So you're getting a better option of fresher, better food, produce. And on top of that, you're supporting your local culture, your local people, your local businesses, and things of that
Yeah.
nature. And it is scientifically proven. I think maybe perhaps half the time it's right, but you feel better when you are more involved and you spend your money locally. It makes you feel
Mhm.
better about being involved in the community.
It's true.
So, bottom line, health is wealth, and in Nowlands or anywhere, protecting the culture means protecting yourself as well. So make sure you do your due diligence. Capiche? But kind of unfortunate. We're getting a little close on time.
Mm.
So I think we're gonna skip the wacky.
I have until 4:30.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind. Retract that statement. We're gonna roll right into the next segment.
Oh.
And that is the wacky wealth. So, all right, fam, let's get wacky. We're coming right back to the party spot, talking about Congo Square. Sundays in Nowlands, enslaved Africans, free black folks, Creoles, all them and above would gather together for drumming, dancing, trading, and who knows, maybe someone's on the side grilling some alligator tail.
Mm.
I kid you not. Like, I seriously, seriously. But anyways, this wasn't just music. This was the birthplace of American music. Yes, American music, jazz, gospel, blues, funk, hip hop, all that shit. All that shit are descendants of jazz. They got a little bit of jazz DNA. And guess where it came from? Congo Square. That's where it all originated. Actually, to be honest, if you want to get kind of technical, originated in Africa, in the Congo, with the Congan people.
Mhm.
But anyways, we don't want to get that deep right now. We're talking about America right now, okay?
Yeah.
Um, every note, every improv, every bounce, and the beat comes straight from there. But here's the wild part: Congo Square was basically the first festival, economy, flea market, and TikTok challenge all at once.
Mhm.
You could show up, like I said before. I kid you not. You could show up with a goat to sell. You could sell your goat there. You could trade in for a drum. You don't have to sell it for money. You can barter. I was gonna say bargain. You could barter out there. Bring in your goat. Say, hey man, you got my goat milk all day. I need a drum though.
Uh,
My son is a musician. So you trade your goat for the drum. And then you meet some cute lady who's like, oh, you like the drums? I like the drums. Oh, maybe you could teach my son how to play. Boom. Now you oh, sorry about that behind the scene, guys. Malfunction. Sorry. But yeah, then you meet your lady, man. It was just a good time. And then next thing you know, you're ducking because the trombone almost hit you in the head.
yo.
But it wasn't on purpose. People just be playing the music, you wilding out, lost control of the trombone. It happens. It happens. Duck. Just make sure you duck. Meanwhile, some guys probably some bootleg bayonets out in the back, and those are delicious. If you haven't had one before, you should. It's basically like a donut pillow. Sometimes
Whoa.
they have fillings, sometimes they don't. Bayonets.
No, I've
You never
never.
had one?
Oh
It's like
no.
a French. I think it's French. think it's like French Creole thing,
Uh,
and it's like a pocket
is it
almost.
those like hot dog looking things that are like filled sometimes?
I wouldn't say it's a hot dog looking thing. It looks
Okay.
looks like a pillow almost, like a
Okay.
mini pillow,
Yeah, I
and they
haven't.
usually has powdered sugar on top. Sometimes they'll fill it with like chocolate or
Oh, you know what?
like Nutella,
I
stuff
saw
like
that
that.
shit in Princess and the Frog. Is that the same stuff?
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Probably,
Damn,
probably, yeah.
those
Because I
shit
think
look so good.
I think they're in New and sorry,
Yeah, New
I think they in
Orleans.
Nowlands in that
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's probably exactly what it was. So yeah, man. I forgot where it was.
Oops.
But yeah, Congo Square was like Coachella before Coachella, except instead of flower crowns, it was gumbo and cowbells, and somebody trying to sell you their goat again. Just tell them you really don't want the goat, but he's probably gonna ask you again if you want the goat before you leave. And don't drink too much because you might buy the goat. But only place in the world where you could be hanging out, partying, listening to some live jazz, and someone's asking you to buy a goat. Just saying, that's kind of wacky. But that's gonna wrap it up for the wacky wealth of the day because I'm out of goat jokes.
Oh no.
But that's just wacky to me,
Yeah,
who knows? Maybe someday I'll end up at Mardi Gras with a goat.
man. Get drunk as hell, have a good time, wake up the next morning with a goat in your bed. I mean,
Hey man, what happens in Nowlands stays in
yeah. I
Nowlands.
mean, shit. What you think would be your soulmate or the mighty fine girl could be the goat.
Right, right. You never know. You never know. You never know. I just wouldn't. I would be more upset though about like, do I gotta keep it now though? Like, do I gotta take this goat? I hear goats are a headache, man. Trying to take care of it and fucking. There's this. I seen footage of this one dude in a random neighborhood that has a goat, and the goat would always get out and go climb on his neighbor's roof,
What? Oh my
and
god.
then he'd have to go get the goat. I don't want to be climbing on
I
my neighbor's
forget.
roof to
I,
get my goat. Like,
I forget they could fucking climb like that.
yeah, they just like you can't really keep goats just in your backyard like that. It's not a dog. That
Uh,
motherfucker just hop out. They
yep.
got like fucking 4 foot verticals and shit, like right over the fence.
God
Like,
damn.
nope. Yeah, yeah. I don't know about that. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for the wacky wealth of the day. And then we're gonna be rolling right into our last segment of the day. One of my favorites, one of your favorites. But excuse me. Before we get into it, I just want to say I keep doing this, man. Put them down. I just want to say we are always accepting new sponsors. If you're looking for somebody to sponsor, you can get up in this We Building Boy mentions, and we got big stuff coming. We got new stuff going. So hit us up. Or if you just want a shout out, you can hit us up. Just like earlier, we had darn, who was it? Sean, you
Oh
said?
yeah, it was Sean Killer.
Sean Killer. Shout out to Sean Killer for. Shout out to MVP 2.1 too.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure we love you too. Maybe if you're nice to us. But yeah, you can hit me up personally or hit us up live during the show, get some shout outs. But without any further ado, we're going to roll into the last segment of the show, which is one of my favorites, one of your favorites. It is called We Building Boy. Yes, yes, yes. So if you're not familiar with We Building Boy, this is where we drop all of our sponsors and all that jazz. So we're going to roll right into that commercial.
It was super dope, and dance and our sound goes together.
Yeah.
You cannot separate African music.
A lot of people,
Scrape
a lot of
on.
people in the lowrider community will hate on you if you have bags. That's just like a cop out, I suppose.
Lalo, I'm guessing this was a tag team one again. We got Lalo and Misa, but look at the deep. Look at this. Ooh, that's Arizona. Yes, yes, yes. That's us. That's us. Make sure you check us out live on Saturdays. Excuse me. I was trying to hold that. I know I only got a little bit. Man, it snuck up on me. But yeah, check us out. Make sure you follow the Wealth for Generations page. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Instagram. First and foremost, on the sponsorship, let's give a big shout out to Habari Live and Habari Entertainment. Shout out to those guys. That's our sister, but or not sister. That's more like our father podcast there. Father company, granddaddy company, uh, Big Brother podcast. There we go. Father company, Big Brother podcast. Shout out to Habari Live. Shout out to Dip, Naisha. Much appreciated. Everything. Also, shout out to our other sponsor, Elevated Souls. You can reach them again at 480-269-2649 for all your CMOS gel needs, fresh pressed juice, and make sure to definitely check them out on the handmade healing crystals. Like I said, it's handmade, custom pieces. You can also find them in um, damn, I always fuck it up. Farm to Pharmacy in Chandler Mesa area, and Stardust and Sage in the Roosevelt Row area, 7th Street and Roosevelt area, next to Acres. Shout out to Archwood. Shout out to Ripple the Wave as well. Shout out to Mowabi and the Live Ride guys too, who are on the commercial. And shout out to Earth Through Aperture. If you need some pictures or anything like that, hit them up. Hit them up. And on that note, I think it's time to peace.